Welcome to Maths. This is our Mangeya, the Maths Eagle. Right. This one is a Cambridge International IGCSE Extended Mathematics Paper 2. It's for May-June 2021. Right. After watching this video, subscribe, share and like this nice powerful video. Let's get started. But before that, instructions, very important, especially concerning this one degree of accuracy. If not exact, 3 significant figures, please. If it's an angle, then 1 decimal place. Question number 1. This question number 1. Write down the order of rotational symmetry of this diagram. Right, this one, are the boxes the same? Both sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are the same. So they are equal numbers of boxes of squares on both sides. Order of rotational symmetry is how many sides can you see the diagram the same? Right? If you can go to this point, you say 1. This side, you can see there's also this shaded and this shaded. So you can go 2. Then this side, 3. This side, you can call it 4. So in other words, you can say 4. Rotational symmetry of order 4. Then you are done on the first part. Then second question. On the diagram, draw all the lines of symmetry. Lines of symmetry, they divide the shape into 2 equal parts. So if you can draw a line from this point to this point, this one 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So if you can flip this side and this side, they equally match. That's the lines of symmetry. Then question number 2, the probability that the train is late is 0.5. Write down the probability that the train is not late. So probability always adds up to 1. It's either the train is late or is early. Those are the 2 things. It's late or not late. So the sum of the probabilities of being late and being early is equals to 1. So you can just say 1 minus 0.15. 1 minus 0.15, 0.85. 0.85. Then you are done. Next, the stem and leaf diagram shows the number of hours that each of the 16 students studied last week. The number of hours that each of the 16 students studied last week. First part, find the median. There's a key here, meaning that 1/2, which means this one, it means 12. So here there's 12, then there's 15, 16, 18. On the second row is 20, then 21, 21, 27, 29. So that's how you interpret the stem and leaf diagram, right? So that's how you interpret the stem and leaf plot. Then after that, want to find the median. Median is the middle number, and this one is ungrouped data. To find the median based on ungrouped data, you find location first. Location, use n plus 1 over 2. That's location of the median. N is the number of variables. In this case, we have 16 things. So it says 16 plus 1 over 2, which is equals to 16 plus 1 is 17. 17 divided by 2, what do you get? 8.5. 8.5. 8.5, it means 8.5 means the median is between the 8th and the 9th terms, right? So the median is between the 8th and the 9th terms. That's where you can find the median. Which one is the 8th and the 9th term? 8th, you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8th and the 9th is, we have 7 and 9, we have 27 and 29. So median will be 27, you add the 2 plus 29 over 2. So you get 20, 28. Then you are done. Next, the mode. The mode is the number which appears the most. In this case, you can see 21 is appearing 2 times here, here and here. So the mode is 21. Done. Then the range. Range is highest value minus lowest value. That's the range. So highest minus lowest. Highest is here. We have 7. It's 47 here. Minus lowest, we have 12 here. Wait, there's 1. So it's 1, 2. It's 12. 47 minus 12 is 5 here. 35. Then you are done. Next, question number 4. The diagram shows two parallel lines intersected by two straight lines. Find the values of A, B, and C. These are angles on parallel lines, right? So you can apply the concept of Z angles, alternate, those are alternate angles, or you can apply corresponding angles, interior angles. So all those things, opposite angles on straight lines, they are the same. Like as you can see here, opposite angles on straight lines, we can see an angle here on this side, and this line is a straight line, this line is also a straight line. So a 59 and A is equals 59 degrees. Reason, opposite angles on straight line, they are equal. So it's 59 degrees. Then after that, we can have B and 37, they are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are angles like this. There's an angle outside and an angle inside. Those are called corresponding angles, they are the same. Which means B is equals to, this one is 37 degrees, 37 degrees. Then done, this one will be 37. See, there are two different ways of finding C. We can use angles in a triangle. We can say C plus 59 plus 37 is equals to 180 degrees. Then these are angles in a triangle, right? Then after that, you can say C is equals to 180 minus 59 minus 37. Then it will be equals to 180 minus 59 minus 37. 180 minus 59, then minus 37, you get 84. So this will be 84 degrees. Put units, please. Or you can first find the other method. You can first find this line, this angle here. Then this angle is corresponding to C, is equal to C. C is inside, that one is outside of the parallel lines. This one now, it will be this plus this plus this is equals to 180. Why? These are adjacent angles on this straight line. Adjacent angles on a straight line, they are supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees. Still the same concept. Next question. Work out, these are vectors. Vectors just add the corresponding values or points here. So it will be 6 plus 8. Here it will be minus 5 plus minus 1. 6 plus 8, you get 14. Minus 5 plus minus 1 is minus 6. Done. Next, this one 3 is called a scalar. A scalar is a number which multiplies the vector. That's called a scalar. You just multiply 3 times minus 4. So it will be 3 times minus 4 here. Then 3 times 7. 3 times minus 4 is minus 12. 3 times 7 is 21. Then you are done. Next question. Question number 6. The nth term of a sequence is n squared plus 3n. Find the first 3 terms of this sequence. The first term is t1. Term 1, you just put n is equals to 1. So when n is equals to 1, it will be n. Then it will be, let me just substitute here. So term 1, let me write, is equals to 1 squared plus 3n, which is equals to plus 3 times 1. Where there's n, just put 1. So 1 squared is 1. Plus 3 times 1, 4. That's the first term. Second term, term 2, you put n is equals to 2. It will be 2 squared plus 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 6, 10. Next, the third term, t3, we put n is equals to 3. n3, it will be 3 squared plus 3 times 3. 9 plus 9 is 18. Then you are done. So just substitute in the equation. First term, you put n1. Second term, put n2. Third term, put n3. Then you are done. Next, part B. These are the first 5 terms of a different sequence. The sequence 25, 18, 11, 4, minus 3. Find the nth term of this sequence. Right. First thing, you have to find the common difference. 25, 18, 11, 4, minus 3. Difference between this one and this one, you are subtracting 7 here. Subtracting 7, subtracting 7, subtracting 7. So the difference is the same. The common difference is the same. So to find, you say first term, this one is a linear sequence, plus n minus 1 times difference. Times this first difference, right? So let's substitute. First term is 25 plus n minus 1 times the difference is minus 7. Like this. Then it will be 25 minus 7 times n is minus 7n. Minus 7 times plus 1. Minus 7 times minus 1 is plus 7. Collect like terms. 25 plus 7 minus 7n. 25 plus 7 is 32 minus 7n. Then that will be the formula for the nth term of this sequence. Done. Question number 7. Solve the simultaneous equation. You must show all your working. How many marks? These are 3 marks. Right. To solve simultaneous, you can use elimination or substitution method. Elimination method, you can eliminate, for example, here, eliminate x. Eliminating x means you can multiply the first equation by 1 and this one by 2. You want to make the coefficients of x the same, right? There's 2x, there is x there. So to make them the same, they can be 2x, 2x both. So you multiply the second by 2, the first by 1. If you can multiply, it will be 2x plus y is equals to 3. That's the first. Then the second, 2 times x is 2x minus 2 times 5 is 10y is equals to 2 times 40 is 80. So you multiply everything by 2. Then subtract here. You get 2x minus 2x 0. Then minus y minus minus. Minus y minus minus 10. Y it's y minus minus 10y. It's y plus 10y. It's 11y here is equals to 3 minus 80. It will be minus 77. Divide by 11. By 11, you get your y is equals to minus 7. So that's equation 1. So equation 1 and equation 2 here. That's what you're supposed to do actually. So y is equals to is minus 7. What about x? So you can say in equation 1, 2x plus minus 7 is equals to 3. Then you find your x is 2x minus 7 is equals to 3. You can say 2x is equals to 3 plus 7. 2x is equals to 10. Divide by 2 by 2. You get your x is equals to 5. X 5, y 7. You can use elimination method. Elimination substitution method. You can say in 1, you can make y subject. Y is equal to 3 minus 2x in equation 1. Make y subject. Then substitution in 2. Equation 2. Where there's y, you put 3 minus 2x. It will be x minus 5. Where there's y, put 3 minus 2x here is equals to 40. Then x minus, remove the bracket, 15 plus 10x is equals to 40. Then x plus 10x is 11x is equals to 40 plus 15, right? Then step by step. Okay, let me collect terms first. X plus 10x, bro, someone will get lost here. 40 plus 15, just collecting terms first. X plus 10x is 11x is equals to 55. Then divide by 11 by 11. Still you get x is equals to 5. You still get the same answer. Then to find y, you can just put your x here, 5. Then you can find your y, right? It's minus 7 actually. So this one was minus 7. Then you can say you are done. Next question, number 8. Without using a calculator, work out 1 and 3 over 8 minus 5 over 6. You must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. First thing first, convert 1 and 3 over 8 as an improper fraction. It will be 8 times 1, then plus 3. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 3 is 11, then over 8 down there, minus 5 over 6. Right. This one is grade what? Grade 3 second term, eh? Grade 3 second term. Find common denominator. These are simple fractions. Primary. 8 and 6. What's the lowest common multiple? 8 and 6. It's what? You can say 24 here. The lowest common multiple. Even 48, whatever. But 24, find the lowest common multiple of the two. It's actually 24. 8 into 24 is 3 times 11 on top. The numerator. 6 into 24 is 4 times 5, the numerator. Then next stage, maintain your denominator, 24. 3 times 11, 33, minus 4 times 5, 20. Then the other side, 33 minus 20 is 13 over 24. So your answer will be 13 over 24. Done. Next question. Question number 9. A is the point 5 minus 5 and B is the point 93. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. Midpoint, if you are given 2 points, for example, you are given x1, y1, and x2, y2. Midpoint will be x1 plus x2 over 2. Then y1 plus y2 over 2. That's the midpoint formula for finding midpoint. So this one you can call it x1, y1. Then this one x2, y2 here. You can say here x2, which is x1 5 plus 9 over 2. Then the other one minus 5 plus 3 over 2. Then from this you can simplify 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9, 9 is 14 over 2. Here minus 5 plus 3. Minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2 over 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Minus 2 over 2 is minus 1. Midpoint done. Next, find the length of AB. Length of a line given 2 points, for example, taking the same x1, y1, x2, y2. Length of a line is the magnitude. It says square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. That's the formula for finding length of a line. So in this case, you can just take our points. You can say here square root of x2 is 9 minus x1 is 5, then squared plus y2 is 3 minus y1 is minus 5 squared. Then from this you can simplify. Square root of 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 squared, 16. Plus 3 minus 8, 3 minus 5 is 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 squared is 64. 16 plus 64. 16 plus 64 is 80. So root of 80, you can just leave it as root of 80. You can simplify it to 4 root 5. You can just put in your calculator. The calculator will just simplify for you, right? Or to simplify, these are code sets. These are code sets. SURDS. To simplify sets, you find two numbers. These two numbers, they are factors of 80. One with a square root, the other one usually without a square root. So you can see that we have 20 and 4, right? 80. You can say 80 divided by 2. No factors. 8 divided by 3 can't. Then you move on to 4. 8 divided by 4 is by 5. 4 no. By is 20. 20 and 4. Then you can say 80 and divided by 5 is 16 and 5. So express 80 as 16 times 5. So find the highest common factor of 80, that is a square root. So it's 16 in this case. That's the highest common factor. 4 yes can do, but it's not the highest common factor. That gives a square root is 16. Then you separate a square root of 16 times square root of 5. Then root of 16 is 4. times root 5 is still the same. That's how we simplify sets, numbers under the square root. Question number 10. This one is our transformation. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. Right, we have A and B here. A onto B. What's the single transformation? Right, first check size, direction, position. Size, is it still the same? Yes, it's the same. So it's either translation, rotation, or reflection. Those are the types of transformation where size will not change. Then direction, is it changed? Yes, it has changed. If it has changed, the translation out. Because translation, there's no change in direction, no change in size. So this one, direction is changed. So in other words, we can say this item, there is a rotation that have taken place here. A onto B is a rotation. Now you have to write down the angle of rotation and direction and center of rotation. Direction is A onto B. You can check one point here. For example, this point here, or this point up here. This point was on the north side. This point is now on the west. So from north to west, it's more like this. From north to west, it's 90 degrees, right? So it's rotation 90 degrees, and in this case, it's anti-clockwise. So it's 90 degrees. Then 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Then center of rotation. Center of rotation, you can use the compass thing, bisect you join two corresponding lines or points, then you bisect them. Or you can just do the counting method, right? You can check here from this point, how can I get to this point, right? X will become Y and Y will become X. It's more like if I can count 1, 2 boxes here, then I can count, if you can try to check here, there are 2 boxes here. So I can say 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So they are all at this point. All at this point. If you can count X and Y there, and Y and X there, yes, it works. So center is 0, minus 1. So write center 0, minus 1. That's the center of rotation using the counting method. Next, triangle A onto triangle C. This one. Triangle A onto triangle C. Where is A? Where is C? Is this one and this one. Right, A is bigger than C. Direction is still the same. In this case, you can say it's an enlargement. So this one is enlargement. Enlargement, the shape becomes bigger or smaller. That's enlargement. Bigger or smaller. This one has become smaller, which means this enlargement, the scale factor is a fraction. Right, scale factor, you calculate it. Image side over original side. Image side is for C. How many boxes? This side is 2 boxes. That's the scale factor over this original side. How many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 6, which is equals to 1/3. Right, scale factor can be negative or positive. Negative means the image is on the opposite side of the center of enlargement as to the original shape. But scale factor negative, positive means they are on the same side of the center of enlargement. That's on scale factor. So in this case, you have to find the center of enlargement first. Then you see, we find out C, is it negative or positive. Right, so you join corresponding points. You can find your ruler, or me, I can just use somewhere there. Join N2 corresponding points. Right, according to my points, they are meeting somewhere 6, 6. So I've made them to meet there. Using a ruler, then they just meet exactly at the center of enlargement, right? So this one will be the center. Center is 6, 6. So if you can see, the image and original, they are on the left side of the center. They are both on the same side. So our scale factor will be positive. So enlargement, scale factor, 1/3 center, 6, 6. So enlargement, scale factor, 1 over 3, center 6, 6. That's how you answer this question. Then you can say you are done. Draw the image of triangle A after a translation of vector 210. Translation vector is 210. So I want to draw the image of triangle A after a translation vector 210. 2 is for x and 10 is for y. That's 2, 10. You can just, there are two ways. You can just count boxes, like this point here. You can just count x. 2 is positive x direction. So you move 2 boxes positive x direction and 10 boxes positive y direction. So you say 1, 2 here. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going up 7, 8, 9, 10. So this point will be here. Then this point here, you count 2x, 1, 2 here. Then you count 10 on the y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will be here. Then the point left is this one. We're left with this one. 2 boxes x first. It's 1, 2. Then 10 y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's here. That will be your image. You join the points. The other point that you can use, you can add this scale factor to all the coordinates points of the triangle, the first triangle, right? A triangle A. You can pick this point. This point is minus 6, minus 3 here, minus 6, minus 3. So you add the vector 210. You can find the image point of this one. Minus 6 plus 2 is 4. Minus 3 plus 10 is 7. So you plot the point 4, 7. You do to all the points. This one is minus 3, minus 10. You also add the same vector 210 to the other point. This one here is minus 6, minus 9 here. Minus 6, minus 9. Add the same vector 210. So after adding, you find the image coordinates of this point. Then you can plot them. You can join the points. You find your triangle. Still, it makes sense. Next, question 11. Simplify fully. Right. This one is a number inside the bracket raised to a power. And there's b to the power 5. A number with the power raised to another power. Just apply the laws of indices. You just share the power. So you share the power. Sharing the power, it will be 4 to the power 4. Then this one is a to the power 4. Then b to the power 5. 5b to the power 5 was already with the power. So you just multiply the powers. Like this. Then 4 to the power 4. Using a calculator, 4 to the power 4 is 256. Then 8 to the power 4 will just remain like that. Then b to the power 5 times 4 is 20. Done. Next, part B is this one is an equation involving indices. Find the value of p. First thing, divide by 2. It will be 2p to the power 1 over 3 over 2 is equal to 6 over 2. Then it will be p to the power 1 over 3 is equal to 3. Like this. Now I want to get rid of 1/3. How can you get rid of this power 1/3? You put cube root both sides. Cube root. So your p will be equal to cube root of 3. So you can just put cube root of 3 if it's exact. If not exact, then you have to leave your answer correct to 3 significant figures, right? Done. Next, this one is another equation also involving indices. You are dividing here 81 squared. So first thing, make sure they are all under. You can see the power is a letter. So when the power is a letter, then you have to make the bases the same. Then you have to equate the powers later, right? So make the bases the same. 81 squared. In this case, there's 3. Express as everything in powers of 3. 81 is 3 to the power 4. Then there was already a power 2 here. Just multiply with the power 2. Divided by 3 to the power 3 is equals to 9 is 3 squared. You can see the bases are the same. But first thing, simplify the left side first. They must be under one base. One base. This one 3 to the power 8 divided by 3 to the power t is equal to 3 to the power 2. Then you are dividing indices of the same base on the left side. What do? Maintain the base and subtract the powers. Maintain the base 3 here, subtract the powers. 8 minus t is equals to 3 squared. Then same base, it means same powers. Powers are equal. Just equate the powers here. It will be 8 minus t is equals to 2. Then 8 minus 2 is equals to t. 6 is equals to t. So your t is equals to 6. Done. Next, question number 12. The profit of a company, makes decreases exponentially at a rate of 0.9% per year. In 2014, the profit was 9,500. Calculate the profit in 2019. It's after how many years? From 2014 to 2019, it's after 5 years. So time is 5 years. So increasing or decreasing exponentially. Use this formula. You say A is equals to P. A is the current. P is the A is the current. Then P is the initial, right? Then 1. If it's decreasing, you say minus. Then this one percentage, it will be R percent over 100 to the power t, like this. So if it's increasing, you put plus here where there's minus. If it's decreasing, you put minus, right? So this one, is it increasing or decreasing? It's actually increasing, so it's a minus. Now we have our time, 5 years. We have our initial. In 2014 it was 9, which is P, 9,500, and our rate is 0. That is R is called 0.9, right? So now let's substitute. You say A is equals to, so we want to calculate the profit in 2019. P is 9,500, then 1 minus R, 0.9 over 100 to the power 5 years. It will be 9,500. Then this one, 0.9 divided by 100. 0.9 divided by 100. You get 0.009. Then from 1, you get 0.991. Inside here it will be 0.991 to the power 5. Then if you can multiply this one, 0 is say 9,500, open bracket, 0.991, close bracket to the power 5. Then you get 9080. Done. Next, so these are actually 2 marks. Next, question number 13. On a map, a lake is an area of 32 square centimeters. The scale on the map is 1:to 24,000. Right? This scale means 1 centimeter on the map represents 24,000 centimeters actual on the ground. So these are centimeters. There are no units, right? These are centimeters. So 1 centimeter actual on the map represents 24,000 actual on the ground. That's what it means. Calculate the actual area of the lake, giving your answer in square kilometers. So what's the actual area? Right, so this one the area on the map, right? 32. What you do is you can use the triangle, the rectangle format way, 32 square centimeters. Then find 2 values which are factors of 32. You can just choose 32 and 1, right? So 32 centimeters and 1 centimeter. If you multiply, they give you area on the map. Then now you can draw another rectangle here. But this rectangle we have units, but units on the ground actual. So if you convert this one 32 centimeters to be actual, this 1 centimeter to be actual. 1 centimeter is 24,000. So this one we know is 24,000 centimeters actual, right, on the ground. Then now we're left with 32 centimeters. 32 centimeters, you say 1 is equal to 24. What about 32? Use proportion. 1 is to 24,000. What about 32? It's more. So you say this over this times 24,000. So it will be 32 over 1 times 24,000. You get 32 times 24,000. 32 times 24,000. You get 768,000. So this one will be 768,000. So that will be 768. These are actual, right? These are actual centimeters on the ground. Actual on the ground. But we want our area in square kilometers. So it means we can draw yet another rectangle here. And you have to convert 24,000. These units, convert this one to kilometers, convert this one to kilometers. So this one, 768,000 to kilometers. First thing to meters. 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters, right? So you count the 2 zeros there to meters. Then to kilometers, you divide by 1,000. So it will be, your comma will be here. So it will be 7.68 kilometers. Then this one, to meters first, count the 2 zeros. Then to kilometers, you divide by 1,000. So it will be 0.24 kilometers. Like this. Then you multiply the two. 7.68 times 0.24. Then you get 1.84 to 3 significant figures, square kilometers, done. Next, question number 14. Y is directly proportional to the square root of x minus 3. This one is variation. You say y directly proportional, sign of proportionality, to the square root of x minus 3. Second stage, introduce an equal sign and a constant here. That's what they do always in variation. So first thing, sign of proportionality. Second, introduce an equal sign and a constant. Then you never go wrong in variation. Then when x is equal to 28, y is equal to 20. These values, they will always be there, randomly given, right? So these values, they are the values that will help you to find the value of the constant. Okay. Then after that, you establish the relationship or find the equation connecting x and y. Then you answer your question. So first thing, let's find the equation. Use these values, x 28, y 20. Where there's y, you put 20 is equals to k. Where there's x, you put 28 minus 3. It will be 20 is equals to k. Square root of 28 minus 3 is what? 25. Square root of 25 is 5. It will be 20 is equals to 5k. Then divide by 5 here, divide by 5. You get your 4 is equals to k. So k is equals to 4. You come up here. You replace in this equation equal sign constant. Then to find the equation connecting y and x. It will be y is equals to 4 here. K is equals to 4. Then square root of x minus 3. So this one is the equation connecting y and x. Now we can answer our question. Find y when x is equals to 39. Y is equals to what? When x is equals to 39. Y is equals to 4. Square root of 39 minus 3. Which is equals to 4 times square root of 39 minus 3 is 36. Which is equals to 4 times square root of 36 is what? It's actually 6. 4 times 6, 24. We can say done. Next, question number 15. Make x the subject of the formula. It's supposed to be h is equals to something. Right, first thing, remove the brackets. 2mh is equals to g times 1 is g. G times h is minus gh. Now collect terms with h. Collect terms in h. It will be 2mh plus gh is equals to g. After that, there is a common factor h on the left side. We must be left with only one h. What are you supposed to do here? Factor out h. Then 2m plus g is equals to g. Then now, let me rewrite both step by step. h2m plus g is equals to g. Now divide by 2m plus g. Divide by 2m plus g. This one will cancel out. We'll be left with h is equals to g over 2m plus g. Done. 4 marks. These are free marks. Next, 16. Find the gradient of line L. Gradient, you say increase in y over increase in x. There are actually two ways of finding it. You can say increase in y over increase in x, form a triangle, increase in y. You can take this point and this point, mark these 2 points, then draw a triangle here. You can draw it even this direction. Right angle triangle. Then increase in y, this one is y, over increase in x, this one is x, right? So increase in y, you are saying 1 box, 2, 3. So I'm moving on the positive direction of y. So it's 1, 2, 3. It will be 3. Increase in y over increase in x. So it will be 3 over. Then for x, it will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So it's minus 4, right? So you can get minus 3 over 4. That will be your gradient. Or the other thing, you can just pick any 2 points that you want. Like the point that I have initially marked here. I've already marked here. I can use the same point. This point is 2, is x0, y2. Then the other point, this point is x4, y minus 1. Then you can use gradient. Gradient is equals to, you can say, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Still the same thing. Then in this case, it will be, what will be y2? This one is x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2, it will be minus, let me write it here, minus 1 minus 2 over x2, 4 minus 0. Minus 1 minus 2, you still get minus 3 over 4. You still get the same answer, whichever way it works. Next, find the equation of the line L in the form y is equals to mx plus c. Right. This one you have to know that this c is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the point where the graph cuts or crosses the y-axis. And m is the gradient. For it, the gradient, we already have it. We just substitute. Y is equals to, let me write it, y is equals to minus 3 over 4x. Then plus c, the point where the graph cuts the y-axis, it cuts at 2. So c is equals to 2. Done. Next, find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to L and passes through the point 12 minus 7. Give your answer in the form y is equals to mx plus c. Perpendicular lines, they are like this. They meet each other at 90 degrees. Those are perpendicular lines. What do you understand on these perpendicular lines? Right, is their gradients. The product of their gradients is equals to minus 1. So gradient of the line L is equals to minus 3 over 4. Gradient of the other line, we can call it L1. Then gradient, we can call it M2 here, right? So you can say minus 3 over 4 times M2, gradient of the other line is equals to minus 1. That's the way how you can use to find the gradient of the other line, which is perpendicular to line L. So the product of the gradient must be equal to minus 1. So this one, it will be multiplied by 4. Minus M2 is equals to minus 4 here. Then divide by minus 3. Minus 3. You get your M2 is equals to 4 over 3. Positive 4 over 3. So that's the gradient of the line perpendicular to L. Now we have equation y is equals 4 over 3 x plus c. We have our gradient, we have our m. Now we are left to find c. How can you find c? We use these 2 points. This one, it means this one is for x, this one is for y. These are the values that will help you to find the value of c. You put y minus 7 and x 12. So where there's y, you put minus 7, 4 over 3. Where there's x, you put 12 plus c. You find your c there. Then here, 3 into 12 is 4 here. It will be minus 7 is equals to 4 by 4 is 16 plus c. Then minus 7 minus 16 is equals to c. Minus 7 minus 16, what do you get? Is 23 minus 23. So you just come here, you substitute where they see. So it will be y is equals 4 over 3x minus 23. That's the equation of the line perpendicular to L. Done. Next, 17. A bag contains 3 blue buttons, 8 white buttons, and 5 red buttons. 2 buttons are picked at random from the bag without replacement. Work out the probability that the 2 buttons are either both red or both white. Both red or both white, these are 2, right? So it will be probability of, so first thing, let's calculate the probability of blue, white, and red. Total number of balls here, of buttons here, total is equals to 3 plus 8 plus 5, which is equals to 16. That's the total, which means probability of blue is equals to 3 blues over total over 16 total buttons together. Then probability of white is equals to, we have 8 white over 16 total. Probability of red, we have 5 red over 16 total. So these are the probabilities first, right? Then want the probability that the 2 buttons are either both red or both white. So it will be probability of the first is red and the second is red, or the first is white and the second is white, or we add. So it's probability of red, red, or is plus probability of white, white. Then it's equals to, right, probability of red, red. Without replacement, it has 2 effects. One, it affects the total number of buttons. The color of the button that have been picked, they will be reduced by 1. If you are to pick the second, once you pick first, and the total of the color will be reduced 1, 2. The total number of all buttons also will be reduced. If it was 16, then it will be 15. If you are to pick the second button, take note of that. Then the probability of picking red for the first time is 5 over 16 times, and it times, if you are to pick a red for the second time, it's red followed by red, right? Total number here will be 15 because we have picked a red and we have removed that red without replacement. So total will be 15. Then on those 15, how many red buttons are left? We have already picked 1 red button. There were 5. So we have picked 1. So now left, there are 4. Then plus white. For the first time, white is 8 over 16 times white second time. Total number, it will be 15. Then white, we have removed 1. Now there are 7 whites. Something like this. Then after that, you have to simplify this one. You can just punch in a calculator or multiply the numerators. 5 times 6 is 20 over 16 times 5 times 15. 16 times 15 is 240. Plus 8 times 7. This one is over 240 because 16 times 15. Then 8 times 7, 56. 56. You just add the numerators. 56 plus 20. 76 over 240. Then you can use your calculator to help you simplify. 76 over 240. 76 over 240 is 19 over 60. Then that's the probability. Done. 18. S is a point on PQ such that PS S to SQ is equals to 4S to 5. Find OS in terms of A and B in its simplest form. Right, what it means, PS, if they say PS S to SQ is the same as presenting this way, is 4 over 5, right? So this ratio is the same as presenting this way. It means PS is 4 units and SQ is 5 units. PS you can write 4, SQ is 5 units, which means the whole line PQ is 9 units, right? Which means PS will be 4 over total 9 of the whole line PQ. Also same applies to SQ. SQ will be 5 over 9 of the whole line PQ, like this. That's the meaning. That's what it means, right? Then find OS. Where is OS? OS is this one. Direction is very important when it comes to vectors, right? So you can say OS is equals to, you can go this root of OP plus PS. OP is what? OP is A plus PS. PS is 4 over 5 of this one, of 4 over 9 of PQ. 4 over 9 of PQ, right? What is our PQ? PQ, we don't have it. We have to find it. So what is PQ here? PQ is equals to PO plus OQ. PO direction matters the most. PO is minus A. Plus OQ is plus B. So this one you can start with the positive and the negative. It will be A minus A plus B is the same as B minus A. So you can write here B minus A. That's our PQ, right? Then you can remove the brackets. A plus 4 over 9B minus 4 over 9A. Collect like terms in A. A and B are our main vectors. So you can say A minus 4 over 9A plus 4 over 9B. 1 minus 4 over 9. This one is 5 over 9, right? So this one will be 5 over 9 A plus 4 over 9B. That will be your final answer. Next, question number 19. Sketch the graph of y is equals tan x for x lies between 0 and 360. Y is equals tan x. Find your calculator. You punch first tan 0. Tan 0, what is, you put x0 here. Then tan 0. Make sure your calculator is in degrees mode. It's 0. So here, tan 0, 0. Then tan 90. Tan 90 is supposed to be an error. It's error 2 on my calculator. So which means there's an asymptote, a line on 90. You draw your asymptote on 90. The graph will never cross or cut at 90. So it's an asymptote here. Then tan 180. Tan 180 is 0. So here is passing through this point. Then tan 270 is an error. So there's also another asymptote at 270 here. This one line. Then tan 360 is 0. So there's a 0 here. Right, so your graph of tan is like this. That's the behavior. If you never cross the 90 and 270, then from this one it will be like this, right? So it will never be above 30. It's up to 360. It's up to 360. That will be your graph. 2 marks. Then solve the equation. 5 tan x is equals to 1. 5 tan x is equals to 1. Right, this one you can say divide by 5 both sides. You get tan x is equals to 1 over 5. Then after that you say x is equals to arctan of 1 over 5. Then after that you can say x is equals to, in your calculator, arctan of 1/5. You get 11.3 degrees. So this one is called the principal value or the primary value or PV, right? Then you come up here. You can see that tan x is 1 over 5. Tan x is positive. So based on the quadrant rule, if I can draw my quadrant here, tan x is positive in the first and the third quadrant. I'm sure you know that concept, right? Then you have to draw your line here and your line here. You put your angle here, 18.3. Then you put another angle here. Sorry, it's 11.3, not 18. Where am I getting this 18 now? So this one is 11.3 degrees. 11.3 degrees. This angle that we found here, that's the PV. That's what we put under those lines. Then this one is called the positive x-axis. Positive x-axis. To find the solution, you find the angle from the positive x-axis to the first line, in this line, then so on in the second line. So first use the first line. From this positive x-axis to this first line, what's the angle? It's 11.3 degrees. Then now the other angle is from this positive x-axis to the second line. To the second line is actually 180 plus 11.3 plus 11.3 degrees. Then what we get here? It will be 191.3. So these are the two angles. You can say you are done. Next 20. The distance between two towns is 600 kilometers. Correct to the nearest 10 kilometer. A car takes 8 hours 40 minutes. Correct to the nearest 10 minutes. To travel this distance, calculate the lower bound for the average speed of the car in kilometers per hour. So we want the lower bound of the average speed. First thing, how do we calculate speed? Speed is equal to distance over time. That's speed, right? So it's distance over time. So to find the lower bound, it means time must be the greatest and distance must be the smallest. So you have to find the greatest value or the highest value of time and the smallest value of distance. Then you can find the lower bound of the speed. That's what you do. Now let's find the limits under which distance lies, under which time lies. So this one 600, that's for distance, was rounded off to the nearest 10 kilometer. 10 kilometer is 0, 10. So it means in between there is 5 here, right? So 7 to the nearest 10 is 10. 4 to the nearest 10 is 0. That's tens, right? These are the tens. So in this case, we want to use the same concept. So 600 rounded off the nearest 10 kilometer. It means you subtract 5 and add 5. So subtracting 5, it was like 595 here. Or 605. That's for distance. Then for the other one, which is time, for time we have 8 hours 40 minutes. So 8 hours 40 minutes. 40 minutes is the one that was rounded off. So this 40 minutes, you add 5 and you subtract 5. It was 35 here, or it can be 45. So it can be 8 hours 35 minutes or 8 hours 45 minutes. Distance 595 or 605. That's for the distance. So for the distance, you take the lower one, 595 kilometers. You can say your speed is equals to 595, the lower distance, lower bound for distance, over the upper bound for time. That's the highest value for time. It will be 8 hours 45 minutes, right? 8 hours 45 minutes. So 8 hours 45 minutes, 2 hours, it will be 8 plus 45 over 60, which is 8 plus 45 over 60 is what? It's 3 quarters, 0.75. So the time will be 8.75 hours. So you divide by 8.75 hours. This one is kilometers, right? So you divide now 595 divided by 8.75. What do you get? 68. So it's 68 right away, kilometers per hour. Gondo Rapid Abasa. Say Mangeya signing out. Subscribe, like, share this nice powerful video. Thank you.